규재야, 뭐 앞이 날까?
Sam and Lee, please come to my and James's party.
Have you ever wondered how a single act of kindness can change someone's life forever? This is the story of Diep and Sam, whose friendship was born when Diep rescued Sam from a life of loneliness and hunger. Years later, Diep and her partner James visit Sam's farm to invite her and Officer Lee to Diep's housewarming party. Even when Sam isn't home, the bond between them shines through as she reads the invitation and promises to come. Stay tuned to see how friendship, trust, and simple acts of love bring hearts together. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Diep and Sam shared a bond that had been forged in the fires of hardship and kindness, a connection that neither time nor circumstance could easily break. Sam had wandered through life aimlessly for years, with no home to call her own and no one to rely on. Hunger and loneliness had become constant companions, shaping a life filled with quiet desperation. It was during one of these particularly difficult days, when the cold and uncertainty seemed overwhelming, that Diep appeared like a beacon of hope. Without hesitation, she offered Sam a warm meal, something so simple yet profoundly transformative. That small act of compassion carried far more than the food itself. It was a gesture of trust, of understanding, of silent acknowledgement that Sam mattered. From that day onward, a fragile thread of friendship began to weave between them, growing stronger with each shared smile, each story told over cups of tea, each quiet moment of understanding that needed no words. Diep never judged Sam for the mistakes she had made or the rough path she had walked. Instead, she met her with patience, guidance, and unwavering support. Sam, who had long since learned to rely on no one but herself, slowly began to let her guard down, realizing that vulnerability was not weakness, but a bridge to connection. Together, they discovered the beauty of small joys, the laughter that bubbled up unexpectedly, the comfort of sitting in silence and simply feeling safe in each other's presence, the mutual encouragement that made even the most ordinary days feel meaningful. Over time, their friendship became a sanctuary, a place where both could find solace in the knowledge that someone truly cared. Diep's dedication and warmth inspired Sam to believe in kindness again, while Sam's resilience and quiet courage reminded Diep of the strength that lies within every heart. Theirs was a friendship that transcended mere companionship. It was a commitment, a promise silently understood that no matter what storms life might bring, they would face them together. Each act of care, each shared memory wove them ever closer, building a foundation of trust that neither absence nor distance could shake. Even now, years later, Sam would often think back to that first meal, that first moment when a stranger's simple kindness had shifted the course of her life. She smiled at the memory, knowing that Diep had not only given her sustenance, but had given her hope, dignity, and a place to belong. And in that belonging, Sam found not just a friend, but a kindred spirit, someone whose presence turned life's uncertainties into something a little brighter, a little warmer, and infinitely more bearable. Their friendship, born of compassion and nurtured through trust, had become one of the rarest treasures life could offer, a reminder that sometimes one act of kindness is enough to change everything. On this particular morning, Diep and James set out towards Sam's farm, carrying with them not only warm smiles, but also a carefully prepared invitation to celebrate the new chapter of Diep's life, a housewarming party that marked both achievement and hope. The sun hung low in the autumn sky, casting golden beams that danced across the fields, while the faint scent of earth and growing crops filled the air. The farm, with its gently rolling rows of vegetables and flowers, had always been Sam's sanctuary, a place where her hands could nurture life and her mind could find quiet. Diep had been looking forward to sharing this joy with Sam, hoping that her oldest friend would feel the happiness she and James now embraced so fully. Yet, upon arriving, they found the farmhouse quiet, the doors closed, and the usual hum of activity absent. A small pang of disappointment brushed over Diep, tempered by understanding. She knew Sam had always been busy tending to her farm, and sometimes the demands of life took precedence over everything else. With gentle care, Diep left a note upon the kitchen counter, the handwriting neat and thoughtful. "Dear Sam, we came to visit, and we hope you will join us at our housewarming party soon. We would love to celebrate together. Diep and James." Placing the note with a sense of tenderness, she felt the familiar warmth of hope, a quiet certainty that their bond was strong enough to bridge any distance, however temporary. As Diep and James turned to leave, the farm seemed to whisper memories of shared laughter and moments of quiet solace. The fields, kissed by sunlight, seemed almost alive with the echoes of the countless times Sam had welcomed Diep with a grin or shared stories of the day's work. James, sensing Diep's nostalgic gaze, reached for her hand and squeezed it gently, as if to remind her that some connections transcend time and circumstance, waiting patiently for the right moment to be renewed. In that serene morning light, the emptiness of the farmhouse felt less like absence and more like anticipation, the anticipation of reunion, of laughter and conversation, of shared joy that would soon fill the space again. Leaving the farm, Diep felt a renewed sense of certainty that Sam would come, that she would read the note and understand not only the invitation, but the love and thought behind it. For in a friendship like theirs, every act, even the smallest, carried meaning. And though the farm seemed silent now, it held the promise of movement, of footsteps returning, of voices filling the air with warmth. Diep and James drove away, hearts lightened, knowing that the invitation was more than words on paper. It was a bridge between past and present, a reminder that happiness shared with friends, no matter how brief the moment, always multiplies. When Sam finally returned to the farmhouse, the soft light of late afternoon spilled across the fields, casting long shadows that danced gently among the rows of vegetables. Beside her, Lee moved with quiet purpose, helping her carry baskets and straighten the scattered tools left from a busy morning of tending the farm. The air was fragrant with the scent of freshly turned soil and ripening produce, a reminder of the life and care Sam poured into this place every day. It was in these simple, grounding moments, the bending to pick ripe tomatoes, the careful brushing of dirt from wooden tables, that the world felt balanced, predictable, and yet quietly full of promise. As Sam began arranging the farmhouse, her eyes fell on the note Diep had left. She paused for a moment, feeling a warmth spread through her chest that was equal parts nostalgia and excitement. The neat handwriting seemed almost to glow in the soft light, carrying with it the presence of her friend, the thoughtfulness and love embedded in every word. Lee noticed her expression and smiled knowingly, sensing the happiness rising in her friend. "It looks like someone is really looking forward to seeing you," he said lightly, his voice warm with quiet camaraderie. Sam laughed, a light bubbling sound, feeling that familiar thrill that only a long-standing friendship can bring, the kind where someone knows you, understands you, and cares for you without hesitation. They settled into the rhythm of cleaning and preparing, exchanging jokes and small stories, the farm coming alive with the sound of movement, laughter, and quiet conversation. Every corner straightened, every tool returned to its place, felt like a prelude to the joy that would soon fill their lives. And then, finally, Sam read Diep's invitation carefully, her eyes tracing the words again and again. "We will go," she said firmly, a resolute smile lighting her face. Lee's grin matched hers, silent agreement passing between them. This was a moment they would not miss. Their hearts lifted with anticipation for the gathering, the chance to celebrate not just Diep's new house, but the enduring bonds that had brought them all together. In that soft, golden light of late afternoon, the farmhouse seemed to pulse with quiet happiness. Sam and Lee moved with renewed energy, the simple tasks of tidying and preparing becoming acts of celebration in themselves. Every step, each gesture, carried the weight of gratitude and the anticipation of joy to come. Soon, they knew they would be sharing laughter, stories, and warmth with Diep and James, celebrating life's milestones and the connections that made them meaningful. In the gentle rhythm of the farm, surrounded by the fruits of their labor and the promise of friendship, Sam and Lee felt an unspoken truth. Happiness shared is happiness multiplied, and the bonds that tie hearts together are the most enduring treasures of all.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả. Đây là Lý Tử Sam review là tập phim của chúng ta ngày hôm nay. Thì bạn thân của Lý Tử Sam đó chính là Lý Tử Diệp và CEO James đã đến nông trại của Sam để mời Sam và cảnh sát Nhi đến tham gia nhà mới của Lý Tử Diệp. Đó là một tin tức rất là vui và mừng. Sam đã rất là lâu không gặp Diệp. Mọi tình tiết hấp dẫn sẽ còn được xuất hiện ở các video tiếp theo. Các bạn hãy bấm vào nút đăng ký kênh để nhận được thông báo mới nhất về tập phim sẽ được phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh nha. Cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào tập sau. Bye bye.